What's up, guys? This is Astranox. In this Etheria Restart video, I'm gonna go over my team, my Inferno team for Aurora. My account's free to play. The team is not free to play friendly. So let's go in there and I'll talk about, how my team performs. I'll show you guys my stats, modules, shells, all that good stuff after, right? But let's begin here. So I have Doki Doki, Inferno, right? 3-star. So that's my speed team. Speed clear that one. Termaton's actually pretty fast. Like, this is like low 1 minute to... I mean, if you're really unlucky, it can go up to like 2 minutes. It really depends, because that 10% innate resist can mess you up. Termaton is like 1:30 to 2 minutes. So let's check out Aurora. This is only 1 star. The success rate, well, I'll talk about it in a second here. Let's put this on repeat. So this team, like Aurora, is about healing your team so you can get out of that debuff that the boss puts on your team. So then you can actually heal yourself and you can do, your full damage. So that is the team that I'm running. Definitely not free-to-play friendly. I mean, I have Lily, I have Yelly. I got them, right? So I'm just going to use them. I'm running double healers and Viper. He's just so good. And... yeah, let's just go in there. So, Mia is really good. The healing that she's able to provide is pretty solid. But Ling Lao has, of course, the better healing output. You also get immunity. And, I mean, she's running... basically, like, all her skills can heal. Mia is really about her skill number 3. But that skill 3 is broken. Like, it's so good. Look at that healing, right? Got Supernova Shell on her. Artisan Shell is actually on 3 of the Animus on the team. And I do use Artisan a lot. I farmed... I got like 5 of them maxed out with the triple matrix effect. Nico Nana Inferno was the place that I farmed most of the time. To be honest, like, I don't really farm Threshold outside of the double drop rate event. It's not super efficient because, well... you can just farm shells and training data instead because you don't get that doubled during the double drop rate, right? So removing the immunity is big. So that's, Viper's job. Yelly, yes, with skill 1, she's able to potentially remove the immunity. So that's not something that I rely upon. It's really Viper. Look at that. Beautiful. You got the immunity removed. We got attack down. We got speed down. That makes it so much easier for your team to survive against so many pieces of content. Like, you cannot go wrong building Viper. So yes, this is not a free-to-play team, but like, I'm talking about an Animus that is free-to-play friendly. Viper, cannot go wrong in investing into him. Ling Lao, just amazing. You can definitely max out her skill 1. I don't have her yet on Bramble, but that's the plan later down the line. Mia, it's a pretty realistic Animus to have, right? So that's definitely an Animus that you can, put modules on. The thing is, Mia, I did not skill her up. One day I will have her skill 3 maxed out because it's so good. And you can see, I mean, Yelly is the big damage dealer here. Revelation deals ton of damage. Defense down is only being applied by Yelly. So it is fairly reliable because it's a triple hitter. So immunity was up. It's gone already. It's beautiful. Viper is just so good. Ridiculous. And Artisan Shell on him works really well as well. You can see him using skill 3 like crazy. Like, the uptime on the attack down and the speed down is pretty damn high because of Viper, right? Because those ads are able to attack the team, and he's like building charge, which allows him to just use the skill 3 more often. It's great. And you can see we're slowly just like bringing him down over time. Not the fastest of runs, but the way I have it composed is like the double healer with Viper. Even if you run a free-to-play team, you don't have Lily, right? You got a damage dealer. I mean, that's the thing. Like, you could even go tankier than what I go with. You could go with triple healers, right? You could have a Shiaki in there on top of like Ling Lao and Mia. You could be running Valerian instead of Lily and a damage dealer like Didding, right? you're not gonna get defense down, but you know, over time you're gonna be able to take out Aurora. It could be like the type of run that you start, you put it on continuous battle and you just like go do your thing. Maybe you go sleep, you got a few things to do for an hour or so. So you can see like not the fastest, it's like just below 3 minutes. So yeah, the damage that we take initially, it's pretty big, right? And you look when Yelly goes, she's almost down, right? So you need to have enough, you know, health to survive this, because Lily is pushing Yelly. Technically, like most of the time, you'll have your healer going before your damage dealer, so you're gonna be able to stabilize, gonna be able to heal up your team. So yeah, I mean, Ling Lao plus Mia works, but I'm gonna show you the stats that I have on my Animuses now, because it's not something that everyone can reproduce so easily, right? Like when you do start farming a lot of speed, when you do farm, you know, Doki Doki Hell 4, Doki Doki, of course, Inferno, you start to really increase your supports, your team speed, whoever is wearing like Swift Rush, and it really makes it so much easier for you to start tackling all sorts of content that you were having difficulties with. So I'm gonna begin with actually, let's go with Viper. Viper is just so good, right? So I have him fully skilled up. You don't need him to be fully skilled up, but he's so good that I decided to do it. Skill 3 is the priority, right? Like, because removing 2 buffs is massive. That's really nice, and reducing the skill cooldown, very nice as well. And you know, the chance to have attack down and speed down to 65%. I mean, you don't need this with enough effect accuracy, right? Like 100% effect accuracy on top of the enemy's effect resistance will allow you to double your, you know, your chance to land your debuffs. But the thing is here, you got 75% chance to dispel, you know, 2 buffs. So you do have a 10% innate resist. The thing is, 10% chance that you just don't make that dispel happen. 10% chance to, even if you have 100% chance, because it gets doubled with the effect accuracy, you still have 10% to not get that attack down, speed down. All these two are like individual checks. So it's going to do 65% chance for attack down and then 65% chance to speed down. So it's not like you miss it and like both of the debuffs are not applied. It's a resist check for both of them, plus that 10% innate resist. So sometimes you're gonna see like attack down is the one that got applied. Some other times it's gonna be speed down that's applied without the attack down. Sometimes you're gonna get both, which is of course what you want. But yeah, it's just insane how much of a game changer it is when this skill 3 gets the immunity off the target with the attack down and speed down. Really increases your team survivability, and it makes it so that you can just run with 2, you know, healers. Maybe later down the line with enough speed, skill ups, like you're gonna be able to run a single healer and you're gonna be able to bring maybe a second damage dealer in there, and you're gonna be able to start doing faster runs, right? But initially it's really about the success rate. So Viper, I'm gonna speed it up now. You can see he got Bramble and Swift Rush. I mean, as long as he has Swift Rush, that's really what's important here. You're trying to get, you know, that extra bit of speed, allowing him to get more turns. So I'm running double effect accuracy, and then I felt comfortable with, you know, that 152% effect accuracy, and I decided to go with a defense bonus. You know, 50% defense, that's pretty sweet, especially when you're running an artisan shell, which is making take your shields. That's very good for his survivability as well as whoever is at the lowest health on the team. So yeah, it's big survivability increase for your, you know, your whole team basically. And you can pause if I go too quick, but I did show it already, right? So yeah, that's basically his stats. Between the health and the defense, that's plenty of survivability with the artisan included, which gives 700 defense for 2 turns when you enter the battle. So before you get your team like going, right, like you might be taking a barrage of attacks, like a lot of damage, and then like maybe your team is slower than the enemy. So as you get in you know, higher difficulty content beside threshold, yeah, like Anything Echo, so like yeah, the enemy might open up before you do. So that all these extra bit of like things to survive are really good. So yeah, quite a bit of speed. Like he's pretty well geared out, and getting like those triple matrix effect is pretty big. I'll eventually, of course, get this. So crit is whatever, but that extra bit of damage is cool. And the final one's going to be pretty good, of course. So this Artisan Swift Rush Time Weave. Yes, like running a Time Weave with Swift Rush could be solid, because like that's 35% chance to reduce, you know, your skill 3 cooldown. You're going to get more value running a Time Weave on an Animus that has a skill 2 and skill 3 that are usable, not one that has a passive. You get less value because it's reducing the cooldown of all Animus's skill. It's huge. Stronger than, well, Halloween. It's every turn with a higher chance. It's a shell too, so you can't run like Artisan. So here I could use defense percentage, but you know, the training data, you guys know it's awful. It's really bad. And like the fact that you can roll on mythic shells, like the rare passive, is really unfortunate. It makes it so like so often you're just getting garbage. You're getting too low of a rarity. So yeah, let's move on to Ling Lao. So for the first healer, Ling Lao, you know, nice amount of health and defense together. That's without counting Artisan 700 flat defense that you get for 2 turns. And you know, that plus 133 speed, it works out well. I would like her to be closer to like 150 plus 150. So I mean, like having like in PvP, you can have players that just open up with the Ling Lao and put immunity, and that can definitely mess you up if you're trying to crowd control them with a like Kazuyo the Reverie or whoever you're using to, you know, like a Kraken, like a Mio, like a yeah, Marvel. It can really mess you up. So I skilled her skill 1, so that works really well if you have Bramble, right? It's not like a massive priority, but that's definitely something you should work toward later down the line. I'd like to have some effect resistance on her as well, because you know, like in PvP later down the line, the enemy, like maybe you run like a turn 2 team, a slower team, and then like they open up on you, and then they could like crowd control her before she gets her chance to put this on the team. That could be really bad. And her healing is based on the target's maximum health, so you don't need to stack HP on her. But Mia, you need to stack HP on her. So gearing her out is not that hard. I mean, like Swift Rush, so you need to do some Doki Doki, and you need to do some Teramaton to get Cure, but you can run her on something else than that, right? I mean, you could run her on Time Weave. Time Weave could be pretty sweet on her, actually, like Swift Rush, Time Weave, but I think there's better contenders for Time Weave, right? Because she's an Animus that can use the Cure, so that's more HP, more survivability, but that healing effect increased 25%. It's pretty nice, and it's just an 8-piece. So it's much easier to meet the requirement for getting Swift Rush and Cure compared to Time Weave. Now, Time Weave, that's the thing, right? Like, you're gonna need, you could run an off-piece. Wait, yeah, you can run an off piece, or you can be running like, I got 12 here and I got 8 because my shell doesn't even have Cure, so you have a lot more flexibility when it comes down to a 12-8 until you get, you know, your Inferno. Like you're gonna be running something like Evolguard, so that's gonna be, what is it again? Let's why? Oh, right, because it's here. They're just right side pieces. So yeah, I mean, a 12% healing effect plus some effect res, right? So this is gonna be for later to min max. So don't have prowesses, and yeah, I mean, like defense percentage works really well with the Artisan shield. Having more strength on that shield is beautiful. The vibrancy works, so it increases her healing, and she does quite a bit of it. Synergy works as well because she herself, Animus, applies healing or shield. So like this activates synergy. Just running one Animus with this on their shell, if they're actually healing or shielding, then it will activate. But the shielding from the Artisan will not trigger this thing, right? So that's some extra damage you know, for your damage dealer or dealers. So that is Ling Lao. Now for Mia, that skill 3 is so good. Like I've been meaning to skill this thing up, but it has to be later down the line. There's just way higher priorities in terms of who to skill up. And she's not an Animus that I bring in a lot of pieces of content. I did use her in Termaton long ago, right? I don't even use her in Termaton anymore. So yes, I do bring her in, you know, some Anisync Echoes. You know, in quite a few pieces of content I do bring her, but not in Threshold outside of Aurora, right? So that thing's busted because it reduced the skill cooldown of all the Animuses and their shell. So when you're running Artisan, you're running like 3-4 Artisan, it's reducing the cooldown of that. So it's boosting the team survivability a ton, right? And the healing is based on her max HP. So you can, yes, build effect accuracy on her, and you can remove immunity with her. So like I've seen quite a few players running her with a lot more speed than what I have, running effect accuracy to try to, you know, chance to dispel one buff from the target allows you to remove, you know, immunity. So yeah, it's a 5-turn cooldown. Her cooldowns are very long, like 5-5. It's rough. Like I feel like she would do really well on Time Weave. Like, yeah, like Swift Rush, Time Weave could be pretty sweet for her because she's running, you know, skill 2 and 3. They're actually skills with the cooldown. So that could definitely be pretty solid for you if you do that, right? So that's her gear. It's nothing crazy. She definitely does not have the better pieces on her. And you can see I mixed it up with Time Weave because HP bonus, you know, percentage is very important on her main stat for the modules on the right side, because you're aiming for as much health as possible, as much HP as possible to boost that healing here. It's very important for you to get out of that debuff in Aurora and heal your team so you survive, right? And then you need the speed so you can kind of like sync up with Aurora, and you need to be able to not only like deal with the debuff but like keep your team alive. That's where like the speed comes in. That's where, like, you know, like running Artisan helps a lot for that survivability as well. So yeah, Mia, you could be bringing Kashi the guard with, like, let's say Didding, and, you know, like the team that I'm running, basically like Didding, Kashi the guard with like Mia, Ling Lao, Viper. That could work pretty well actually. I think it's gonna be slower because I got the potential, you know, defense down with Yelly, so that's the thing. So yeah, I mean, if I went too quick, I've shown it already, but you can always pause. And Supernova, right? Like that's making her heal for more, and that's really good because you got that heal over time if the target's HP percentage is below 75%. So like when certain Animuses like really need that extra heal, then they get it, right? And this gets used and it boosts the healing that, you know, she's about to do, and this lasts for 2 turns. So like running actually Supernova on Ling Lao instead of Artisan could work really well because it's gonna affect her skill 3 and 2. So it's gonna be a lot of healing output increase for you. But I have it like this. I like it. You know, like it works well for me. But I will switch. I'll probably put like a Supernova on both of them, right? So yeah, that's what I have on it. Extra healing, and the effect accuracy builds up, so like maybe I can remove a buff with her skill number 2. So there's that. So I went over her Viper. Now I'll do let's do Lily real quick. So you max out skill 1, skill 2 you kind of hold off on it to not mess up the turnover order of your team, because you might have to re-speed tune your whole team if you start skilling up skill 2. It can be rough, because that's what happened to me when I was pushing Doki Doki. But I got her after like 2 weeks. I didn't have any Apex SSR on this account, which is my first one. I have 3 free-to-play accounts, but I didn't have any Apex SSR. I was just like, whatever, I'll just wing it. I'll just play the account and see what happens. So yeah, just speed, just as much speed as possible. So you're gonna be running like Swift Rush and, you know, later down the line Swift Raid. But I have 3 off-piece set with 15, 15, 16 speed. So I'm holding off on the Swift Raid, and I have it on my Doki Doki instead. Actually, Doki Doki, I could use her in Aurora. But yeah, there's team formations that I want to swap Animuses and try different things out. So you can see like all the off-piece set is crazy. Look at that. Like this just Swift Rush that's completed. So yeah, people don't really care too much about Lily. Because a lot of players don't have her and it really pisses them off. So let me just move on real quick here. So yeah, as much speed as possible. This is just because it was there, and I'm so tired to like use a bunch of training data to like roll these, because it consumes so many of them. It's ridiculous. I've spent so many millions on rolling for like these mythic things, but like I said, I've spent most of my time farming in the Grim Pursuit, farming for shells, training data. That's what I've been doing most of the time on this account, and it's been a month and a half, right? Like, but of course, like when it's time, I go crazy on the threshold when it's a double drop rate event, right? So yeah, fully scaled up Yelly, can't go wrong with that. And Kenai Harvest, I would run Momentum, Fury, and Fury Edge on her later down the line, but so far that is what I have, and it rolled pretty, like some of them are pretty good, right? And you only need 70% crit rate on her, but because she gets 30% crit rate from her skill 3, and it does have 100% uptime, right? Because when it's like, she just has it until she uses it again, because the cooldown is 3 turns. So yeah, I'm happy with how she performs. Definitely, I'm definitely happy about it. It's just that on Kenai, she's not reaching her full potential because it loses value. Skill 3 triple hitter, so you're doing 25, 15, 5% damage. The bulk of the damage really comes from the revelation, right? So yeah, she does have pretty solid stats. I would like to get maybe some more effect accuracy in her substats later down the line to get the more frequent like steal of buffs on the skill 1. These took forever to roll. My goodness. Yep. Revelation is just OP. Well, they might nerf it later down the line. It's just so good. So good. Right? So yeah, I'd like to hear what you guys think about all that in the comment section. What type of teams are you guys running? So here we have the 5 win. Okay. So the success rate, it's kind of all over the place. Like I've seen like 3 win, 2 loss, like twice. I've seen like 4 win, 1 loss once. Now that's 5 win, 0 loss. And then when I was manualing it, you know, like I was just doing challenge and not continuous battle, it was a win a bunch of times, because initially I'm trying to see like, is it stable? And then I do it like that because if the run's gonna fail, I go in the menu, I pause, and I do restart so I don't lose that 1 stamina. But it's very time consuming to do that, and to be honest, on long runs, like you can see the average 3 minute 24, so definitely not the fastest. But Aurora, that's the way it is, right? Like that's really like an amazing place to farm for PvP. You know, you can get yourself Bulwark, you can get yourself some Bloodbath. You can definitely like make turn 2 teams tank. It's like stall teams with these sets. It really helps. And yeah, so that's my Aurora for now, and I'll try different variations, and I'll make some more videos about you know, my teams in Threshold and Inferno. But now I'm gonna switch to do some PvP. I'm gonna make some RTA videos, and then I'll go back to make some guides, and you know, doing a bunch of different things in Etheria Restart. So expect a lot more content. If you enjoyed this video, if you found value in it, don't forget to smash the like and subscribe to my channel for a lot more. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all ya do. Peace out for now.